Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in the history of William Ruto's politics, he is finding it extremely difficult in Kisii region. When Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Alliance organized the demonstrations across the country, Kisii region took the trophy. Then William Ruto decided in his own wisdom to go to Kisii after the demonstrations to try and counter Azimio moves. William Ruto ended up being heckled in Kisii region. Before that, his allies tried all tricks to thwart Azimio demonstrations and protest in Kisii region. They were told off by the demonstrators. They could not even take their money. Actually, they rejected their money. Then yesterday, something very interesting also happened. You know, Shabana FC is one of the teams from Kisii region. So they qualified for Premier League. And there were celebrations in Kisii. All political leaders attended that event. But none from UDA party was allowed in the stadium. But what shocked me was actually the Azimio Vigil in Kisii today. For those who follow the politics of this country, Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Alliance organized candle and flower vigil across the country in memory or to mourn the victims of police brutality. The activities took place across the entire country. But Kisii stood out. In Mombasa, the police really thwarted those activities. The police attacked the demonstrators in Mombasa. Other parts of the country, it happened peacefully. But the one in Kisii is what shocked me. The turnout, the mood, and the body language is worrying William Ruto and Kenya Kwanza supporters. This is Kisii. You can't imagine. And why is Kisii now worrying William Samoei Arap Ruto and his allies? That's exactly what I want us to look in this particular video. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. What we do on this platform is that we analyze politics in a way you can't find any other place. So the best thing for you, just press that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically send notification to you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. And for this video, I want you guys to just press that thumbs up. That's the best way you can support this channel. Again, for those who wish to send me coffee, you can do it using the numbers you are seeing on your screen. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to be very, very brief because time is not on our side. Why is Kenya Kwanza worried with the latest events taking place in Kisii? Number one, William Ruto had a strategy for Nyanza. In fact, William Ruto developed a strategy for Western Kenya. William Ruto wanted to isolate Western Kenya into Luhya Nation and again into Gusii, Korea, and Suba. He wanted to isolate the Luos. That was his strategy. So William Ruto has made several trips to Kisii and Nyamira counties. He has made several trips to Korea. William Ruto has made several trips to Western Kenya. But all those efforts are not bearing any fruit. So William Ruto had expected Kisii to shift from Raila Odinga to his side. He went ahead and bought almost all former allies of Raila Odinga. Talk of James Ongwae, talk of Janet Ongera, talk of almost all of them. But now with the grassroots, with the real people on the ground resisting, it means all those efforts are now down the drain. So William Ruto's strategy for Nyanza, in my view, is not going to work. Because as long as Kisii will lead the rebellion, and I was telling someone the other day that the kind of force which William Ruto meted on the residents of Nyanza is something he will regret. Because, when Kenyans can now hear the sound of tear gas and they're not bothered, then as a president, you should be worried. It will reach a point when the nation will no longer care about the presence of police. Previously, like when I was growing up, every time you'd hear the sound of a gunshot, you'd run for your dear life. But now I'm raising my kid around Nyalenda here. And every day, the sound he hears is that of tear gas. Tell me whether that boy will grow up fearing tear gas. That, hiyo ni nini? Kitambo you'd hear the sound, pop, pop. Then hiyo imefanyika nini? Labda ni wezi huko ama something like that. That is what is going to happen to Ruto in Kisii. He's creating monster by unleashing the police. So that's number one. His Nyanza strategy is not going to work. Number two, the reaction from these residents of Kisii simply means that if there were leaders who are still sitting on the fence or who had hopes of joining Kenya Kwanza, and because politics is local and they're seeing the reaction from the ground, tell me if these leaders will join him. It's not going to work. If William Ruto had planned to have several allies of Raila Odinga from Gusii region to ditch ODM, to ditch Wiper, it's not going to work. In fact, Simba Arati has now gotten the message very clearly and loudly. At some point, I saw the senator for Kisii, Onyonka, Richard, trying to drift towards William Ruto's side. I am sure after the mandamanos, he's not going to try it. The message is now home. He's not going to try it. So if there were people who are planning to move by this grassroots, by the locals there, by the hustlers down there resisting Kenya Kwanza, there is no way. Politics is local. Unless William Ruto will do something, because for me, if you ask me, I don't see any other thing William Ruto is going to do to Kisii to persuade them. I don't think. Because number one, William Ruto is making promises which he cannot really fulfill. Those promises, empty promises William Ruto keeps on making, They sell very well in the mountain. But these other regions, they have refused to sell. The state of economy is not good. Why would William Ruto force people to pay higher taxes? And these taxes are affecting Kenyans directly. And he still hopes that, these people will laugh. So for me, the resistance on the ground is going to hinder those leaders from joining Kenya Kwanza. Number 3, this resistance we are seeing against William Ruto's government is actually going to be extended to his allies. And very soon, William Ruto's allies from Kisii region will start finding it very difficult to operate. I remember this video where Zahir Janda was trying to bribe people. And these people were telling him, go with your money, we don't need it. So the resistance we are witnessing is going to now start going to these leaders. The other day they could not attend the Kisii, the Shabana FC celebration. They could not. Number 4, if you ask me, William Ruto and Kenya Kwanza wanted to brand the protests, the Azimio protest, as a Luo affair. At some point, they almost succeeded. Until Raila Odinga and Azimio decided to make this thing national. Because when it was in Nairobi, they tried. Even in the last rounds of demonstrations, they tried branding it as Luo affair. But by now, Kisii resisting, it means it can't be a Luo affair. It can only be a Nyanza affair. Because if you look at it, Kisii is taking number 1, the trophy. Busia is taking number there. So if you are planning to brand it as Azimio, then you go to Mombasa, where people are just having candle and flower vigil. Then you break those meetings. Then clearly, your objective of branding it a Luo affair is neither here or there. It's not selling. And lastly, the message which is coming out from Kisii region is going to create a momentum for the rest of the country. Watch this space. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.